Hello. About a year and a half ago, I put out a video talking about my dissatisfaction with the Game Awards. Pretty much most of the production, save for one announcement, which was for World of Goo 2. World of Goo 2 is now out on Steam. It's been out for a bit. You can buy it on 2D Boy's website, and you've been able to buy it 5 or 6 months on the Epic Game Store, but now out on Steam. I've been waiting for it to come to Steam, and I've been very excited to try it, and I'm very privileged to have been given a code. So I'm very grateful to the Tomorrow Corporation marketing team for throwing me a key. I really appreciate them for doing that, and I'm very excited to start playing World of Goo 2. I would love to make this a full series, I'll be real. I've been really looking forward to this. World of Goo, it's just a really special game. Really significant. I think people maybe underappreciate just how significant World of Goo is. It was in many ways like one of the, I wouldn't say one of the first indie games, but it was a significant indie game when it came out because there was fairly scarce competition at the time, but it was just like one of those really polished indie games that I remember playing. We had things like Castle Crashers and Super Meat Boy, but like it was a sparse field. You know, I feel like you're not going to do World of Goo 2 unless you have something special in mind. I did play a little bit of World of Goo when the announcement for World of Goo 2 came out. I am like okay at this game. I'm actually not great, but I'm hoping I'll do an okay job. I mean, this is par for the course. We've seen this before. I expect there to be a few twists and turns, a couple surprises. Looks like we've got goals. You challenge 13 balls or more. Your best is 12 balls. Okay, so okay. So this hold on. Immediately I have to try again. Hold on a second. So can we do it in 3 moves? We can do it in 3 moves. I don't know how many balls that's gonna get us. All right. OCD. What was the other one? Time? I'm never a huge fan of time trials. We got 2 or 3. I'm cool with that. Okay, so the first thing we've got is we've got challenge modes. I think that's gonna please a lot of people because that'll add a lot of replayability. I think they'll certainly give me a reason to go through old stages again. We've got 2 different crate points. Oh, I see. These guys are sleeping, so didn't mean to do that. On the edge of a small divide, more goo balls appeared. Where had they been all this time? For years, there were no goo balls anywhere, but now here they are on hilltops. In ravines, oozing up out of the ground, like no time at all has passed. Man, look at that. Look at all the ooze coming out. One thing I think is sort of set this apart from its predecessor is there's a little bit more physics going on. World of Goo was a specialty of like a very specific forum. At the time, I remember, I've talked a bit about this before, but like I was a fairly frequent member of a forum called Fun Motion, I think it was called. I know it's still active. Like people tell me occasionally, like, yeah, they're still going at it, but like it was managed by like a few very rabid people, and the entire point of it was like, let's look at games entirely centered on and like highlight physics. I know things have changed a lot since then, you know. There was like not a lot of competition, not a lot of games focused on that, but you know, things like Armadillo, I think it was called Armadillo, was one of those. Sumatori, I think it was called Sumatori. There's like sumo wrestling game where you had some physics. Like there's a few of them, legends of, I'd say, the genre. I'll call it the genre. Oops. You know what? I'm kind of nervous about those guys falling. I want to build up. I'm trying really hard. I know there's a way to undo, but I'm not actually seeing the undo flies. Have the undo flies been dispensed with? I want to add like a kink to this whole thing. I know the poly bridges were like big fan favorites on Fun Motion. Okay, so we should be able to start building up. I might have been able to start building up already. I'm trying to like really extend these as far as they will go. Oh, we didn't get the last ball. Crap. And there's like no way to do it now. Let's see, did we succeed anywhere here? 16 moves. We didn't succeed anywhere. We have to do this in 1 less move. Challenge 29 balls or more. Your best 14 balls. How do I get 29 balls? Is there like some hidden... Oh, you know what? We didn't look at that sign there either. I'm just curious. Is there like some secrets going on here? Mysterious pipes snaked down from the canopy above. The goo balls seem to wonder where it might lead. Okay, but like where are the rest of the balls hiding? There's got to be more. I kind of want to go down just to see where that leads. I wonder if we want to do like this and build like up. I'm just curious about like trying to do it in as few moves as possible. I don't know if this is gonna work. It's very bendy. We are in danger of getting a kink in our bridge here. Oh, look at that. The rigid point kind of bends and kinks around stuff now. The World of Goo 1, this would have just kind of like crumpled a little bit. It probably still will, but the fact that it has a little bit of bend in it is actually quite novel. I know I'm redoing some of these stages. This will be the last time I redo a stage, and I'll kind of zoom through the storyline a little bit, but I just wanted to, that's not going to do it. Yeah, we kinked. I guess you might want to just like do missions multiple times to try and get certain goals. Oh, we're not going to make it there, are we? Move 16. Were we supposed to, was that the same? Exact same? Okay, we're done. Those challenges are tricky. Juicer. Okay, we're already looking pretty spicy here. Oh, okay, there's the redo flies. Kind of reminds me, like this whole stage setup kind of reminds me of Loco Roco. Shh, they're sleeping, but they might wake up with a cold splash of liquid. Okay, sometimes if you're really lucky, you'll see a little white bug buzzing around. Pop it to go back in time. I remember really enjoying the music in World of Goo 1. Okay, so these guys are special. This wet sack looks like it's about to burst. I wouldn't tug on it if I were you. Well, no, that's what we're gonna do though. These guys can be pulled apart. I wanna rip it apart. Here we go. Okay, so those guys die. That's a problem. So we got liquid physics in this time around. Whee! And our pipe is like directly up. It's kind of a shame. You know what? Oh, I know I said I wasn't gonna redo. I'm not gonna redo this stage. I'm not. If you want to do a better job than me, be sure to pick the game up. That's all I'll say. Oh no, 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 no. That's awful. Okay, I'm not going for challenges. I'm just gonna go for beating the stage. I mean, that's not terrible, but I have a funny feeling we're very short. Yeah, we didn't get any flags. 41 balls. That's like a whole extra 13 balls there. I'm gonna stop saying balls. Jugglers. I mean. Okay, we got our balloons. Careful, ice cave. I can hear my voice echoing off the frozen walls. Hello, hello, hello. I feel like I could freeze here and become a fossil, and maybe someone will find me millions of years from now. Or these balloons might come in handy. All right, we got our balloons. These can also be like removed. And we're looking to collect all of these guys. We want to remove these balloons and put them on as need. Looks like I can kind of control the direction of this guy if I'm smart. What does that say? These grumpy creatures don't respond to any form of poking or tugging, but there might be some way to steal, acquire, their flying goo balls. Oh, whoa. Hey, that was a little cheesy. Hold on, let's go and retrieve those. I refuse to leave any goo behind. I wonder what happened over here. We swayed quite a lot there. All right, OCD, we beat a challenge. We're good. Not that it was a difficult challenge. I'm really not good at that whole moves thing. I kind of forget that you have a certain number of moves you want to go under. Ooh, a story.
Rejuvenation. Revitalization. Reincorporation. Rebirth. World of Goo Corporation is now World of Goo Organization.
Sustainably. 2D Boys always had like a really kind of zany style, which I've always appreciated. Exemplary trajectories. It's kind of got like a Dr. Seuss thing going on. But we can direct these ones, I bet. Yeah, we can. What strange new creatures. They look like someone duct taped a pipe onto the face of a large goo ball. I bet you could grab one of them and wiggle their tongues around. I haven't tried yet. You can go first. Does that just like set them? Okay, that just sets them up. We don't need to like do anything outside of that. That's fun. All right, let's keep it going. So these goo balls, you can't interact with them at all, which is unfortunate because this guy's just kind of stuck down there. Looks like there's something over there. I kind of want to check that out, even at the cost of our precious challenges. Hey, does that? Yeah, the goo kind of interacts with the ground now too. A lot of little polishes and touches here. Is that just more goo? Okay. Kind of curious as to whether or not that's gonna win us the challenge or not. Probably not. Okay, I'm just gonna reinforce that. Probably that's gonna cost us the challenge, but I don't know, like, is it better to try and make it all in one go or in one goo? Oh, don't kink. Come on. Yes. There we go. Yeah, OCD, nice. Yeah, we got all the balls, nice. How many moves? 13 or fewer moves. I suppose, like, again, you're not going to be able to do all of these in one go. This is for replayability purposes exclusively. Okay, more goo that we can't really use. When the earth shook, these rocky pillars burst up from deep underground. There's been unusual seismic activity in the area lately. Have you felt it? I wonder if it has anything to do with all the goo seeping up from below. I appreciate that these guys don't fire. Hey, what? I was just complimenting the game. What is happening? Okay, I see what's going on. We gotta restart right away is what we gotta do. I think what we gotta set these guys up before we do anything else. So, like, you know, set that guy up to do that, and then set that guy up to do that. Because otherwise they're gonna start firing back and we're gonna lose guys. And then hopefully this just kind of works. What I'd like to do, I don't think there's any way we're gonna do this without bracing a little bit. What I want to do is plan for the whole thing to kind of bend and do it like just at the perfect time. Oh god, we're just gonna have to brace a little bit. Okay, I don't think this is gonna work. I think we can make it. It actually breaks. Wow. Okay, I bungled it. I bungled it slightly. That's okay. I'm not perfect. There is a minimum you have to reach in order to even beat the level. I don't want to see how many I missed. How many did I miss? Actually, I think I would have made it. Oh well. Soggy bottom. I like the balloons. I have fun with the balloons. This weather looks ominous. As the clouds parted above, another mysterious pipe appeared. All right, so we're just trying to get these guys over here. Gotcha. I wonder how this liquid's gonna affect us. Okay, so it does physically interact with our brace, our rigid bodies, which means we're gonna have extra weight and pressure to deal with here. I think we can. I think we can make this. Just barely. You know what? We don't need to place that yet. I wonder if we can, like, can we just throw our balls over there? They're not the ones that we can't interact with. We can just like throw them around and do stuff, whatever we want with them. All right, let's see if we got the challenge. OCD, nice. I like the fluid bodies. They're a lot of fun. Do add quite a bit. I can't remember what these guys do. Ew, it looks like this pipe is clogged. It won't activate until this liquid is drained away. Okay, so we can't move these. What do these guys do? A new species of goo ball. These conduit balls appear hollow. They seem to absorb any liquid they touch. With enough of these balls, you could build a global distribution network. Each one can only suck up a little bit of liquid, so if you want to suck up a lot, just keep building. I'm using one right now to sip a frosty cocktail. So I think we want to kind of connect these two lads like this, and then build down, and that'll start soaking up. I think I'll just leave it at that. I think that'll be enough. That's really cool. You know what? It kind of reminds me, there was a prototype for Gish 2 from Edmund, which I know Gish, few people will remember Gish, but I liked Gish. I know it's got its haters. I thought it was a fun game. It's another game made the rounds on Funmotion. It's kind of a fluidy, goopy kind of physicsy game. You were a little tar ball, and you could either stick and move along walls or kind of make yourself rigid to resist impact. What was the last? Oh yeah, the last thing you could become slippery. It was cool. I thought it was cool. I think about it sometimes. I think I'm doing the right thing here. I think I just have to make more bodies in order to absorb more liquid, which is unfortunate because it means that I think this goo ball here was unneeded or unnecessary. I suppose it doesn't matter because it's still soaking up some goo. I'm wondering how many I'm actually gonna get away with here. Damn, it's like there's a lot to soak up. There we go. I did not get OCD. Oh well. How many did I need? 23. I wonder how that's possible. We've already got some pretty interesting new mechanics. I'm really interested to see how this game develops, because the first World of Goo, it did something really special. Like, it took this idea that was like already strange to begin with, and it really ran with it, and it just kept running with it. It just like got stranger and stranger as you like went along. It kind of had that Portal feeling where it's like, you know, this is weird, but I get it, and then suddenly you don't get it, and you realize how you have kind of a wow moment. Did you feel that? The ground cracked and opened several fissures leading down below. Down there, maybe that's where these pink squid things came from. Whatever they are, they look thirsty. Oh yeah? Okay, okay, I get it. Well, I would have thought when it said they look thirsty, that would have meant that they were going to suck up the liquid, not spit it out. But I'm getting the impression that they actually spit out. Yeah. I didn't want to push these guys because they are going to die if I push them. So instead, I feel like I want to push this boulder. A nice boulder. I don't know if I need to do more with this. Okay, there's the boulder moved. So I think at this point I can start pushing that liquid. I think maybe we are wasting that there liquid. What's going on with that liquid? How come it's not doing what we want? This is disgusting. I love it. Bonk, bonk, bonk. What a nice metal grate. It allows only liquids to fall through, and everything else will roll on by. Why don't you jump up and down and test how sturdy it is? Tempting. I would really like to get the OCD. 1.7 to go. I don't know what that means. That's such an odd thing. Yes. I didn't get OCD? Really? Damn. How many did I need? I needed 3 more? How? How is that possible? There must be secrets and stuff that I'm missing. Pachinku. Love the variety in the environments. You see that flow of liquid above? It will stop in about 30 seconds. So if you want to use it for something, now is the time. Okay. I'm guessing I need to do something like I need to be fast about this. No! Damn. Wow, that really isn't working for me. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what's going on here? These guys turn that liquid into goo balls? Really, I'm really liking the music. How is this gonna work? Kind of doesn't look like it's going to, if I'm being real. Yo, that's like straight up not working. Oh, you know what? I guess... Okay, hold on. I get it. Destroy more than 120... All right, fine. I understand now. These guys turn the liquid into goo balls. When the goo balls die, they turn back into liquid. I just feel like I could have done much better. I bet you the balls to beat the challenge is like 100. 144. We failed by 100 balls. Again, if you want to defeat the challenges for yourself, you'll probably do better than I do. I definitely encourage you to go check this game out for yourself. Obviously, the link will be in the description, but if you care about this game at all, I assume you're already there. Even at these very high elevations, seismic activity seems to have affected the landscape. You'll never get up there to the pipe like this. You'll need to go away for a while and return having changed. Kind of remember a stage like this in World of Goo 1. Yeah, you kind of like roll around by tipping. I love the way the things squish and squash in this game is really satisfying. Yes. Here we go. Whee! Look at that. We got to keep one goo ball. I think it died. These creatures don't just launch goo balls, they also seem to slurp up liquid goo and compress it back into living goo balls. That would have been useful information on the last stage, I think. I wonder if I shoot too many of these, if this will get weighted down. Okay, let's do this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting. It kind of reached its limit there. What crazy weather we're having. Watch out for downdrafts. Is that what's happening there? I've all but get. Oh no! Kind of have to be patient here because I bet you there's enough liquid. If I wait, it'll spit one more ball. And actually, this liquid seems to be kind of sentient. So like, eventually, all of this will just kind of move its way over. Yeah, we had one more ball. Again, if I just like wait, I bet you there's like one more ball's worth of liquid kind of slurping its way over here. All right, I think that's as much as I'm gonna be patient for. So let's see if we can't get this over without dying. You kind of have to be patient on this stage. All right. Looking good. There we go. And we got OCD. Amazing. That's the one I care about. 74 moves, whatever. Oh, I remember this is also a stage in the first World of Goo. Most of the land in this area looks like it's been washed away, eroded over time. All that's left is this ancient monument. How are you doing, monument? How's your head? There is no reply. So the trick with this guy is it rotates. So you need to kind of balance things out. I guess what I should do is put like a big old weight at the bottom like this, and then I should be okay to build up top here. I guess if I'm not careful, this chain might actually snap. Oh, come on, bud. So close. Just a little bit more. Heck yeah. Okay, we should be able to make that. Maybe? Maybe not actually. No! Come on, bud. Swing it around. Swing it. Heck yeah. No! So now that it's... Oh my god, I dropped one. The camera is really doing me dirty here. Now that it's attached to that pipe, I should be able to connect everything up here. In fact, if you're really good, I bet you I can claim the goo balls up here as well. Yeah, check that out. In fact, check this one out. Well, oh well. Good enough. What's the OCD? Ah, I was missing two. Bummer. Those are probably the two I dropped. Squiddy's Bog. So this one's reminiscent. There was like a frog stage in World of Goo 1 that was kind of like this, where you were building out of a mouth. It looks like this one's a bit different. We've got liquid coming out of Squiddy. Oh, okay, so yeah, a little bit similar to that stage, because we got to make sure we don't build too high. All right, just gotta make sure we're kind of reinforcing things, but don't go too high. Get it a little bit further out there. Just trying to find out where we're aiming. Okay, there we go. Kind of want to do things in quick motion sometimes. Are we out of balloons? We're out of balloons. So we're gonna have to do this in one swift motion. No, that wasn't swift enough. Ah, no. Okay, hold on. Where's our fly? Okay, let's try. Okay, we're gonna wait for it to swing up a little bit. I wonder if I steal this guy here. Put that here. Okay, that actually does a lot more leverage there, you see. And I'll go like that, and then like that. All right, perfect. And we want to just like throw all these guys over there. No! Why did that happen? Oh, it's because the liquid. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if I can make this work to my benefit. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna grab that guy. Oh! We need this liquid back here. Can we just like, no, that we need, these guys want liquid in order to actually wake up. Just trying to reinforce things slightly. How are we gonna get this liquid? It doesn't seem very likely. If we just put like a bunch of balloons up in one spot, we could try and kind of roll the liquid over. Seems dicey. Okay, so we've kind of pooled things over a little bit. I feel like we still need some of our other goo balls over here. What does this say? What a beautiful animal. This must be one of those responsible new sustainability initiatives. There is lots of goo over there and almost no goo over here. So this mechanism appears to correct that inequity. So I'm gonna try and like roll this liquid over. Ooh, the bridge is kinking. It's kinking. Let's just reinforce that slightly. I don't think we need that much liquid is the thing. It is kind of working. It's working. Yo, we just need to pour that down here. Yeah, come on bud. Here we go. Come on, we want that last little guy there. Yo, it's resistant. It doesn't wanna. Okay, there we go. All right, so at this point we can start stealing balloons for this little vehicle over here. Oh, we don't really need that many. I have a funny feeling we're not even close. I mean, it didn't give us the OCD. How short are we? Oh, we're short by one ball. Ah, that hurts. Dissolving tower. Okay. This is an extremely difficult area, but it is also optional. I'd turn back if I were you. No, we're doing this. So I think I don't know how we're gonna do this with such few green balls, but I feel like what we need to do is like kind of that scene from Emperor's New Groove. But then you get into this situation, you're like, where do we go from here? Well, we do that. Now, how do we grow from there? This is actually really difficult. If I steal any of them, then the whole thing collapses. I'm assuming that we might actually have to use the black goo balls, even though they're non-refundable. I mean, that actually worked. Maybe you just got to be really quick. Kind of tricky when there's goo balls getting in your way. You know what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to just bring these guys down here so they stop getting in my way. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. I think you kind of want to build compactly. You don't want to do these long stretches. Like, it's really tempting to do long stretches, but I actually think that's going to hurt you in the grand scheme. All right, hold on. Let's try this again. Okay, let's try compacting it really tightly. And then, I mean, we can do this maybe. This is already not working very well. Okay, what if we do this? Where we start with a kind of a box spring, and then we build off of that to brace off the wall. And that way, yeah, okay. Okay, that kind of works. We want to make sure that this box up here is like fairly well constructed. And now we have an extra here. So then we can go like that. And then when I grab this, it'll keep this one up here. But do I grab this or do I grab the box down here? I think we grab the box down there. Okay, I think this is the key. You gotta make sure that we're doing like boxes, or like this. Not sure, to be honest. I think you want to start with a box here, and that way you can remove this one. Although this one's gonna collapse the whole thing, I think. I think we get rid of this one, and then we still have this guy kind of propping the whole thing up. Yeah, it's tricky. So where do we go from here? Oh, we can grab this one and then place it like... I think we gotta make sure there's as many connections as possible. Like always 3 connections maybe. Or at least 2 connections like that. Grab this one. And that way we can start grabbing these down here. And again, I kind of want to get these guys down here so that they're out of the way. So now the problem is I don't really have anywhere to go. Okay, we can do this. I don't know if that's gonna work. Could do this and then grab this one maybe. That just seems too dicey. Okay, that's sort of worked. I feel like the next move has to be to grab this one and place it there like as quickly as possible. Oh, nope. Okay, I'm gonna build on my idea of like as many connections as possible at all times. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Gotta make sure that at all times there's at least 3 connections. And I think they need to be like equal distant connections as well and like really strong. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. Now we're stuck with the consequences. Okay, we can do this and we move this up. Move that up there. And basically whenever there's a dip like this, we can brace it with the 3 connection. And that way we can grab from below it. Like that. And then eventually with a little bit of patience, we'll start inching up. This is great right here because we're making a 3 connection there. And then we can grab, do we want to grab that one or like this one? This one, I think. Well, I just lost a lot of ground there. I think I'm onto something. It's just going to take a little while to perfect it. Okay, that just sort of barely worked. I think at a certain point, you're just going to have to be quick. 3-prong, then brace. No, we got a 3-prong here as well. Okay, then steel, then 3-prong. 3-prong on this side. I'm kind of making some ground. Every single move is a decision. No! No! We're pretty close though. Well, we're not even halfway, honestly. And the second half is gonna be like even harder. Yeah, that's really not working. What if we like, oh god, this is really hard. You can kind of get away with some weird stuff, and I'm starting to realize that's probably the point. All right, I've been trying this level for about 40 minutes now. I really wanted it, but I am just not It's just not working for me. I cannot figure out. You need to actually understand some triangles, my dude, to complete that level. This rock formation looks like a man mopping the skyline. Gleaming floors extend infinitely towards the horizon. As the moon rose over the last of the hills, one of the goo balls seemed to wonder if anyone would remember they were here. It wrote its name in the sand just to be sure. I am painting these signs, but I am not the sign painter. I'm gonna build liberally here, just to feel something, honestly. All right, there we go. We are not making it out of this with a lot to spare. Okay, so we gotta build a pipeline that leads back to the liquid. I don't know why we have to do that, to be honest, but I will believe that we do have to do that. All right, there it goes. There goes the goo. Well, what's gonna happen? I guess that's just gonna give us more goo balls. So now we gotta build a tower going up to the pipeline. There you go. I'm assuming I did not make OCD. We missed a little dude there. 60 seems good. We needed 77. Okay. Angler. Are we gonna be fishing? Sounds like we're having a party. I think I'll pick some flowers myself. Are we celebrating how great you're doing? Are we celebrating World of Goo organization meeting its quarterly growth targets? Are we celebrating how sustainable and responsible we've given the appearance of becoming? Whatever it is, as the last of the goo balls dangled high over the ocean, they sensed that there was something down there. Something enormous. I wonder what would happen if you were to lower that hook down a little closer. Enjoy the party. Okay, I see what we have to do. I'm finding it difficult to see what I'm doing, to be real. Oops, we failed. Okay, hold on. We gotta extend this rope, and the way we do that is we gotta make like a 3-prong connection and then basically disconnect it like that. This one's fine. This is gonna be easy peasy. We can do a little bit of funky stuff like this if we want. Make it happen a little bit quicker. I'm not sure what the necessity was of the fireworks. It just kind of makes the stage a little bit annoying. A distant observer. The whole island was a fire-breathing monster. Okay. What do you mean? Okay.
A distant observer looked as far as the telescope could see. Very, very far away. And for just a moment, a tiny speck in the distance glowed a little bit brighter.
Okay, interesting. I think that's a good place to stop. It's just chapter 1. There's tons more to see. There's, I'm sure, many new mechanics to explore and master. I feel very privileged to be able to cover this, and I want to extend my gratitude to 2D Boy and the Tomorrow Corporation. Thank you very much for throwing me a key. I'm very much looking forward to playing more of this. This has been something I've been looking forward to for quite a while. I think anyone who's a fan of the first game will definitely have a good time with this. It's difficult to follow up a game like that. I'm sure that World of Goo was very influential for a lot of people. Definitely going to be like a comfort game for a lot of people, I think. Definitely give it a look. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out yourself. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments, and maybe hit the like button. Consider subscribing for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.